to start off. Obviously, we're watching from home last week, but what a brilliant performance it was from the girls. Just your thoughts on that performance and the response coming into this week.
Great performance by the players, definitely, and obviously by the staff too. It was a really challenging week, but they stood up to it, and obviously we got a fantastic result. So lots of credit needs to go to the players and also to Helen, to George, to Shana, to Tony, all the staff, Amanda, everyone that made it still work. But the 3 points was definitely obviously well deserved, but very, very happy, very proud.
And obviously you'll be back travelling with the team and back on the sideline this week. So maybe just to explain a bit about how you found watching from home, and I think in particular, obviously Helen sort of taking a bit more charge of things on the sideline. What you saw from home.
No, it was definitely a weird experience watching two screens of a live game and relaying messages to Shana in the stands and stuff. So it was different. But Helen, Helen's can be a head coach. She's going to be a fantastic coach as a head coach one day. So for her to have that experience and enjoy the moment was excellent for her. So, but it was definitely a weird situation. But if it's going to win us games every week, then I'm probably happy to sit on the couch and watch them from now on.
You're not the only big in the ins and outs of this week. Obviously, we've brought in Tiana Jaber, the injury replacement deal. How have you seen her? Coming in during the week. Obviously, she's a great physical athlete for a fullback. Fullbacks often aren't big physical athletes like she is. She looks sharp on the ball as well. What are you expecting from her?
Yeah, she's a good inclusion. We actually sort of tracked Tiana since the start of the season. It was someone that we we knew that we could probably get a hold of at some point. She's trained well. She's obviously going to be a bit of match fitness away, but we'll ease her into the next few weeks, and she'll be very important for our side. Obviously with Amy's unfortunate injury and a couple of other girls that are just still struggling for the next few weeks. So she'll be very important for us, and we're looking forward to having her out in the field.
Yeah, obviously with Amy's injury, a massive loss and a big shame for us. But bringing someone like Tiana in, Stacey's working her way back to fitness. We've got plenty of other players that can fill in those fullback positions. How confident do you remain in the depth of the squad? Obviously heading into what's a really big final 4 games of the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be challenging. Like obviously there's players that are injured and stuff, but we've got full confidence in our squad. Every single player can adapt to situations. That's the best part for us, is that we've got players that at any point will jump and do anything for us and our team. So every confidence that every player given an opportunity will do what they need to do for the remaining part of the season. So hopefully we get a few girls back over the next few weeks too.
We've spoken a bit over the season, particularly after a couple of the losses, about you always preach that one game at a time, next game up sort of mentality, and we've spoken about making sure that while we've been on big runs of form, that one loss sort of doesn't deter that sort of motivation and the feeling within the group. On the flip side, how important is it to make sure that the girls aren't getting too ahead of themselves after such a big win? Because can you look at the 5-0 win against Canberra? That was when we went and lost the next 2 games. So what sort of dynamic is that for you this week to make sure everyone sort of stays in check?
I think just going into the back end of the year, performance is probably more important than result at the moment. So obviously we want to win the Premier's Plate if we can, and we're going to do everything possible to do that. But if we go out and play really well and lose, then we're still satisfied as a group. Yes, we want 3 points every game, but we also want to make sure we've got good performances going into potentially a final series. So if we just work towards that, again, usually results look after themselves, but we just want to have good performance week in, week out, get players playing really well going into this back end of the year, and make sure that we're ready as possible.
Obviously, we had them here probably a couple of months ago now. Probably one of our best performances of the season, and a really good win there. What have you taken from that game? What have you seen from Sydney all season, knowing that they're a quality side, and what can we expect this week?
There's no doubt I think they're the best side in the competition. At full strength, they're very, very dangerous. We have to be on our best game. When we played here months ago, we had a really good night that night and we played really well. So for us to have got that 3 points there was very important. But this week it's a game for us. Yes, there's a bit of a title around. It's the potential premiership plate game, but for us it's just 3 points that we need to focus on. And hopefully that the girls go out there and give a really good performance. And as I said, just give a good performance so then it leads us into the back end of the year playing really well. That's the main priority for us.
It's a shame to miss out on Carly this week, particularly after the way she played last week and those 2 goals that she got. How happy were you for her to have that performance? Because it's been coming all season. She's been so close on so many occasions in front of goal.
Yeah, she before she left and she knew that I wasn't travelling, I said to her, "Okay, you better not go and score this week." And when I said that, she said to me, "If I score this week, then you can't come to any other game." So she scored 2. So we had a little joke during the week, but it's so pleasing for Carly to get on the score sheet because she's worked so hard for her game. But she's also now embarking on a trip with the young Matilda. So we wish her all the best, and we know that she'll come back ready to play again and ready to perform in the back end of the season, which would be really big for us.
You obviously mentioned the young Matildas, another call-up. I don't know how many call-ups in a row, and she's just really become a regular in that team, but also recognised with a nomination for the Player of the Month alongside Hillary, who is obviously the reigning winner, and TJ as well, and yourself for Coach of the Month again, so a pretty successful month for the team.
Yeah, I mean, that group of players that you just said have been performing for us week in, week out. So now it's just a matter of continue the performance. Obviously, accolades are great, but we're not about that. We just want to make sure that we do a good job together as a team, and we just get results each week.